Welcome to the Empire. This is Rampart, and welcome to another development update for Project Renaissance, the fan-made spiritual successor to Medieval 2, where we're going to continue with another development for the new year for 2024, where I am excited. Today's mainly going to be kind of an update video, like some small little things that we had finish up over the holidays. I have primarily been focusing on holiday plans myself, so I have not been doing as much. Primarily today, we're going to be discussing a lot of the stuff that we've been doing for our battle map editor, and kind of also just some other general stuff about the overall idea of what we're hoping to be able to accomplish this year with Project Renaissance, because I think we've been off to a pretty decent start with what we've been able to do, but 2024 is really going to be where we get to see how this project goes, and I am excited and terrified for that, but I have hope that the community wants to support this and that we will be able to continue making steady progress. Because I know for me right now, the idea of a rough roadmap that we have, and I'm going to be discussing this more with the team because we're trying to get a meeting set up with everybody for the new year. We're going to kind of discuss what our current plans are. I know previously the current main process, the main goal is, as I've talked about, is our battle prototype. We want to have a very basic battle prototype that ideally we've talked about possibly having it so that it is an open demo that the community gets to play around with and give feedback on how things feel. The basic demo is just going to be basically just like little cubes. I know, and actually I can start off with this first, showcasing this, as if you guys are a part of our community Discord, you may have seen this from Al, where it's just showcasing, hey, the very basic sending men to the Shadow Realm. I know I need to talk more to him and get updated as I've been gone from for the holidays, but I'll be showcasing a bit more as right now. Basically, we have some basic movement and killing right now for melee. Very basic. We'll have to get some, well, we'll be getting animations and everything once we have all the fundamental functional stuff down. I know currently, next thing he's going to be working on is going to be projectiles. That's what he's told me that he's been working on next, is working more on projectiles. So we have, hey, the basic melee movement right now. Good. Now we need to get the projectile movement working next so that we can kill from a rage and from afar. After that, then we basically have to just make a faster variant of a cav, essentially. And we'll slowly get closer and closer to our battle prototype as things go on. I know I think we'll be able to get the battle prototype this year for sure. If we do not get it this year, then I need to recruit more people to the team if we're taking that long to get the battle prototype. But we've been making some good progress, and I think once the holidays have finished up and everything starts kind of calming down for some people, I know some of our 3D modelers have been focusing on classwork and some stuff leading up to the holidays, so they were didn't get to join on in as much. But I'm thinking, and I think the team will agree to this, that I think a very basic battle prototype between and again, none of this is just all estimation. This is all estimation based on how I think things have been going with the team. I think between the spring and the summer, I think we can get a battle prototype. If we could get a battle prototype like early spring, that'd be fucking awesome. That'd be amazing. Then we could do the demo and testing throughout the summer, get some good feedback as we're refining things and adding more stuff in. But we'll have to see. I think that seems reasonable. Between the spring and the summer is getting some sort of battle prototype. I know now I can lead on into the next part where a lot of the progress right now has actually been on the map editor, or us trying to get our map tool set up. So over the past about month now, since I'm kind of trying to catch up from the last stuff before the video, or the stuff just right after the last video I uploaded showcasing this, where now at this point I think I'm going to want to showcase the videos first, where it's just kind of broad, slow progression. As you'll be able to see, this is very rough initially early on, and we're going to get it more and more refined as we're adding more and more elements to the tool that is being used, because right now we want to be able to make sure we have an auto tool to try and help make it so it's easy to customize where things are. And then this is again just kind of what I was just showcasing more in the video format. This is, that's the spoiler part. I want to go to the next one first. So I want to go to this one here, where it's just more trees, more vegetation again, being now added in after with the auto tool, I believe. as far as I'm aware, where we're just slowly but surely fleshing out the map little bit by little bit. And I know other things we're having to add in. Let's see, is that showcasing yet? No, this is just more showcasing, hey, there's not as much of the tile setting as being as obvious, but slowly but surely, there's a lot of these little videos, we are developing the thing. What was this one about again? This is, I think, just more of the zooming in from the... Yeah, because this is, I think, like one of the... Yeah, this was only one of the first tests with the trees. Yeah, that's what this one was about. First test with the trees. This is more... There was all comments left around on what this is. I think this is just the zooming in and macro scale part of it. I just don't want to have to. I just don't want to showcase the Discord, the development Discord, the specifics. But hey, this was just a fun one. This is just including some of the environmental and weather effects. This is just kind of a one for fun, honestly. Which I would love to have a battle like that. Having the Aurora Borealis during a battle, that'd be so fucking cool. This is a comparison. So this is with and without a specific tool, or with and without a specific change. Trying to make it so that the terrain will consider, it's very slight, consider the grass will consider the terrain around it for its color, and have it so it's a more natural, instead of just distance-based field of view and distance. It's more gradual, so you can see. I like this, and I know he's very proud of it as well. Other than that, this will be the last thing I think from showcasing stuff with map, at least for the videos, where I know we were talking about play testing around, figuring out how are we going to have it so we go about with the maps. And right now it's kind of looking like, at the moment, playing around with the idea of having one super map, essentially, that we then have it so you will be able... It's kind of like how Minecraft is, essentially, although Minecraft like procedurally generates like each block. It's figuring out how do we go about the transitions between battle maps, where essentially we're trying to see if we can play around with the idea of kind of like a borderless battle map, kind of. It reminds me of the idea of like trying to like seamlessly load into an area to make it feel more immersive. I know this is like in comparison to the fact that like Starfield has way too many fucking loading screens, and it breaks the immersion so much. I would love the idea, and I know this is kind of like maybe leading into why we're focusing on this right now, is the idea of like being able to load in. You can then try and have it so like, hey, yeah, you're around this area. This is where you're trying to fight around right now. Only these specific chunks are going to be loaded in that are nearby, that are the most important. But as you get closer with these areas, that's when they load in. Oh, you're getting closer to this area. That's when that part of the battle map will continue and load in if you want to extend that fight over there. This could make it so it could be really interesting for guerrilla warfare. We will have to figure out the specifics on how do you withdraw from a map like this. I know with Total War they have the very clear defined borders where, hey, you get to this point, run off this area, there you go. But that'll have to be a little bit more of a play testing kind of figure out thing that we're going to play around with. This would still allow us, if we want to do the same kind of border where, hey, you load this map in. Initially, yes, we're just going to load these most appropriate chunks around where we're at, and then you just put a limit on the area. There, bada boom, that could work. We'll have to kind of play around with that and like what seems and what feels better. But I could see that being very interesting for guerrilla warfare. But yeah, then I can kind of... This is just the other screenshots that are kind of showcasing this slight progress. Yeah, again, this is the different grass color thing. And just more screenshots. More weather effects here. Like this one I love. This one I love. It doesn't have snow on the trees. But I know, hey, as someone that lives in an area that finally has fucking snow... Discount Canada finally has snow. It took long enough. Just the new year. I've always loved this aesthetic. But yeah, no, that's about all we have for map stuff for right now. Other than that, we've been doing a lot more concepting and leading up to animation stuff as well. Where right now, I know we've been having some kind of just concept art of playing around with what a kind of a Sergeant Spearman would look like, what kind of equipment they would have, testing different combinations, and basically also just getting these ready for when we can have our 3D animator, 3D modelers come in and actually make these units, which I know some of them have just kind of been gone for right now. And honestly, I might need to try and look into and check my... I think I need to check my email again and see if there's anybody that listed that they wanted to help as 3D modelers, and we can always use more 3D modelers for the team, honestly, and I think I'm okay at this point in time to try and recruit some more people for 3D modeling, so I think I'm going to have to be checking my emails for that. But the other thing, which I kind of find is very interesting to look into, one of our 3D modelers and animators has been playing around with and kind of essentially looking at Medieval 2 and kind of somewhat trying to reverse engineer and just try and figure out like how they went about their animations and why it was so moddable, and getting some inspiration from that. And then kind of just using those rigs to actually play around. And so this is one of our guys where he took one of the Medieval 2 skins and just kind of showcased just how easy it is to just change the model himself and change the animation himself, which I think is pretty cool, and is going to be really fascinating when we finally have some of our own 3D models to be able to play around with. And I know that's going to be one of the main limiters for this project, is 3D modelers is a huge thing, and I know that's like why so many mods for Total War usually are also limited by 3D modelers, animators, stuff like that. That's always a big issue. But to me, this just is, it's very inspirational to seeing this. Like, it's cool. Like, I know this is part of the reason why like Medieval 2 is so moddable and like why there's so many mods for it, is because it's easy to mod and animate their units. But like, it's just kind of cool to see. It's very cool to see, like, just a custom animation here, and I can't wait to see how this project is able to develop over the year. And I think that is possibly, it's going to be a kind of a short little update for today. It's mainly just trying to showcase the plans for the future, the kind of a rough roadmap of what our plans are right now for the project. And I'm basically just letting you guys know, thank you for helping support this project. I really appreciate it, and I know the team does as well. But I know for me, like, it's fucking terrifying for me to try and start this project, and just to see the amount of support for it really is great. And I hope you guys appreciated this little update. I hope to have more for you guys. I know I'm going to be trying to check in with how the battle prototype is going on. Delve more into that. I know I have the build of the Unreal set up on my computer, but because of holiday plans, I haven't been able to look into it as much. So I thought I'd focus primarily more on the battle map editor that we're trying to work on, because it will be, hey, that's an important feature. That's going to be kind of playing into our battle maps and our campaign map, because it's just, hey, we can edit the map with these tools that we're developing. Perfect. That's what we need. And then just showcasing, hey, we've got some progress on the kind of just testing around with animations and stuff. But I really do need to double check and see if there's anyone that was in the initial outreach of wanting to join the team. If you guys have emailed me in the past, again, I always keep that information on hand, and I will always try and check on in whenever I feel like it is time to expand the team. Again, I don't want us to expand too quickly, but if you guys have emailed me in the past, especially if you guys emailed me about 3D modeling, keep an eye out for your email. I will probably be trying to reach back out and seeing if anybody wants to join on in. I'll probably be checking just other things too, if there's maybe other people's skills that made sense that I'm like, okay, I think the team has kind of gotten a better idea of what we're looking at and what we're doing for 2024, that we can add a couple more people. Because if I'm going to have the team grow larger, I need to have more people that I trust to kind of take more leadership positions, so I'm not the one having to try and lead everybody, which is kind of what essentially this first initial recruitment process was. It's like, hey, get the first people, the people that seem the most enthusiastic and have the most apparent skills that we desperately do need, get them into the team, figure out how we all work together, and try and see, okay, who do I think would be good for leading this section or this section of the project. And I think I'm getting a pretty good idea of that now with the people that are currently in the team. But I think I'm going to be done for today. Again, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments down below. Love hearing what you guys have to say about your thoughts on the project. Again, if you want to support the channel, best ways to do that are to engage the video, give the algorithm its stupid sacrifices through comments, likes, shares, whatever. It's a hungry beast. And then, for the most part, if you guys haven't already seen it, we have links down in the description. I'll be making sure to also try and lead links to our artists for anybody that anyone's work that I showcased in this video today down in the description if you want to check them out. But I'm going to hope you guys enjoyed this video. But this is Rampart, and I'll see you guys next time.